One of the great venues to watch a game in any sport and one of the best home crowds in any sport, Soldier Field in Chicago. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And incomplete to open things up.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Second and 10. Here's the former Bear. This is David Montgomery. Now he's loose down the left sideline. He's to the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. An extra point hung the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. Now this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
To throw, it's Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Lions will take over.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, kill. What's up?
Now gone. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. He had the start to a season a week ago that everybody wants to have. NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Can he do it a second time?
He can. He absolutely positively can because of his skill set. When people adjust to him, he has a great ability to adjust himself and make them continue to chase him throughout the game.
Timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Cut. 20.
St. Brown motioning left.
Cut.
That is caught. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
Third down and 6.
Cut. 2 for 60. Like 20.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for a possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
2 for 1. 180.
St. Brown motioning left.
Here we go on 4th. Goff.
He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Well, they picked up the first down, but I'm just going to say it. I didn't like it before the ball was snapped, and I don't like it now that they picked it up. Think about field position on their own side of the 50. They don't get it. They put their defense in a bad spot, and it's just not a decision that pays off very often.
Well, it wasn't 4th and a yard. There was some meat on that bone.
There really was. Fortunate to get it in that situation, but not a call I would make very often.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Hey, 76.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Finds Gibbs on a check down. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Goff. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Now a handoff up the middle. Covington. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27th. You talk about this Lions defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go. Came in as the number 1 rated unit against the pass in the NFL after just 1 week.
To throw, Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 8. Throwing is Williams. Throw right side, taken in by Adunze. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Third and 2. Off the play fake, it's Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. The Bears at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. 42 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries. And runs like that with explosiveness, that's what this rookie can bring to the table.
And add to it speed, patience, vision. A rookie has all of that. That's usually a veteran's combo plate. I love this guy.
He'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go, sit up. Left one.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here's Goff.
He had a man open, but he missed it, and it's incomplete.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this.
Five. 4 now.
They're going to go for it. It's Goff. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Looking to throw is Williams.
And he's going to go down. They get to it back at the 40.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
To the air, Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Well, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
It's 4th down and less than a yard.
Here we go. The logo. The logo.
They'll go. Here's Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Covington. And he stopped immediately there. Brian Branch from the secondary in on the tackle.
A gain of a yard.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Here's Williams. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
His second touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Had the option to hand that one off and run it himself, but instead, a really easy, quick pass.
I like the way they made a decisive decision and got it right to the receiver. One move later, he's in the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
So from the 37, here's second down and 2. Goff now to throw. And incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Hey, let's go. Let's go, Brown. DC.
The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special runs in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
To throw is gone. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And a little spin cycle, room to run now. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
He hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
180! Listen.
St. Brown motioning left. Goff now looking to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun, Goff. He finds his man, complete. It's Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Bates' kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll go play action here with Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Odunze. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
At the 26-yard line.
What is it? On. Filthy.
Play action. Now Williams. Open man down the field. That's Burden. That's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Santos with the extra point. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want to get the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And it was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Another run for Gibbs here. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, they're hoping that the 2nd half is better for him than the 1st half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Gibbs straight ahead. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Hold on. Check. 76. Tell him. 76.
They'll try the air now with Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. That's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A 6-yard takeout brings up 2nd and 4.
Go tonight. Black 20.
The give right side for Gibbs. Room here to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 57 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
180.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9.
We go tonight. Line 20, 17.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
180. We're good. Two. Hey, let's go.
A shotgun snap for gone. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Bates' kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
35-yard line.
Damn, I miss you, Chester. Sending love from my bass compressor.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. From the gun, here's Williams. And this is incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way, because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
To throw, it's Williams. Pass caught by Burden. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, here's Williams. There's a short one caught by Loveland. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down.
What is up?
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise on your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 8. To throw once more, here's Williams. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Looked like they were set up defensively in a zone coverage, but somehow they found a seam because that receiver all alone. By rights, that should have been a touchdown, but somehow this ball's overthrown.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. To throw, Williams. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. On 1st down, Covington. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with their 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bears are on their way to a 2-0 start. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And tough to win games if you go field goal, field goal, field goal. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Orange. Like what? Now you won.
Here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. From the 25, here's 2nd and 9.
Go, Todd!
Now a give to Gibbs, running left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Jack Fox, the kickoff for the Lions.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
Back over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for a 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. 2nd and 5.
Ready to go!
Another run on second down, trying to cover up. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this third down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and bring out my D.
And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Ready to go!
Points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Ready to go!
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that. I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Yes, I got the weapon that's word on my feet. I'm guaranteed to give you what you need. One blood, everybody not keep your weed. Wake up every morning, yo, I must succeed. Things should right, no cause make the world stand lead.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. The field position game often so overlooked, but this offense is going to be backed up deep. What an ideal punt.
And now, this stage of the game, when they need the drive to try and put themselves in a position to win it, you talk about going the long field, the very long field. This could be a 99-yard drive if they're able to accomplish it.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one's not going to go their way.
And this is where it...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Through the middle of the field. And he gets in just in the nick of time, so they get the touchdown they need. Now they need a 2-point conversion to tie it.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion.
Set up for the
Wait,
2-point conversion.
12. Hey, Shell. What?
Now it's gone. And it's caught. And with it, we are tied here in the 4th. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
What is it?
Throwing is Williams.
Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Something taken from me. Life's gotta always be messing with me.
What is it?
To the air, Williams. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there.
Cairo Santos to kick off.
So the
for
Lions
Chicago.
now, they'll get the first crack at things here in overtime as we are back underway. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have fought hard to reach this point. They've got the ball first. Remember, though, even if they score, it would quiet this crowd, but it doesn't end the game. But a chance to put a solid drive together here and at least get 3 and hopefully for them a touchdown.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. First throw in overtime for Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So the completion gets him just a yard. And it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded at the 7. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys. They're like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down. Looking to throw is Williams. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Williams. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop it. 3rd and 1, they opt to pass it, and the one thing happened that could not happen. They took a sack.
Yeah, I just wonder, is that an indictment of their offensive line? Did they think that they couldn't move them enough to pick up a first down there? Or was it analytics? Did they think about it that way? In any event, they'll be studying that in the future.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
Let's begin by trying to get into the mind of the head coach. He's telling us he wants to win the game right now. That's why they went for it and got it on 4th down.
To the left side, into the hands of Adunze. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. That actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Williams going to look to throw again. As he throws there, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go. Here's Williams. That is caught. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun, Williams. Finding more on the out route for the completion. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes.
At this point now, a field goal would win it. They are in range. We'll see how they approach things on first down. Off the play fake, it's Williams. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. So the game-winning touchdown came through the air in overtime. 4 quarters wasn't enough. We were treated to a really good reward.
That reward, I just love being able to be witness to a game like this all the way through. Who's going to win it? We're getting overtime. Great for us. A lot of tension on the field. Very tough. Not surprised it ended with a passing touchdown. That's the way we play in the NFL. But the execution was pretty darn good.
So for the Bears, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.